is 5 in the morning. My ride has just left.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey y'all, it's Dana, the Marigold Shepherdess. I am traveling today with my sister Sarah, and we are headed towards Rosemary and Thyme Creamery in the Lafayette, Georgia area. We're driving through these beautiful North Georgia mountains today on this very cold and windy winter's day. Look at that view! Okay, it's cold. Let's get in the car and get going.
Okay, let's do it.
Here with Hannah, she's one of the owners, and with Acorn the donkey, and with some really cute sheep.
So the brown one's an East Frisian and the white one's a St. Croix. The East Frisians are the dairy breed, so they're the ones we're getting the dairy genetics out of. And St. Croix is a hair breed, and St. Croix are one of the best, most parasite resistant breeds of sheep around.
Oh, even more than the Katahdins?
Oh yeah.
Really?
The Katahdins came from St. Croix. They're
Okay.
St. Croix and something else, I forget.
Okay.
We have never had to deworm our St. Croix. If we do, they're out of here. So far, mixing the crossbreeding them has been working out really well.
Excellent.
The crosses, we pretty much haven't had to deworm them either. Yeah, some of the East Frisians we haven't really either. We also do like pasture rotation. So we're all about like keeping the parasite load to a minimum around here.
Excellent.
St. Croix are also like parasite vacuums. So they'll like sort of eat up the parasites more than other ones, which is interesting. Acorn's a livestock guardian donkey. She stays with the boys and protects them. Usually she's with the big rams, but they don't need the protecting as much as the little ones do.
Yeah.
And she does a really good job. It took her a couple years to come into her protection abilities instead of just being
How
mean
old
to
is
them.
she now?
I think she's like 7 or 8.
All out.
Yeah, and she's usually the highlight of people's tours when we give tours. Her and the
Who can
2
resist
dogs.
those ears, though?
Yeah. So should we go look at the rams?
Yeah, let's go look at the
All right,
rams.
we'll go look at them next. Yeah, we try to separate the groups. So like 1 ram to 10 to 20 ewes. And that's just so we can get the crosses correct that we want.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out how much percent each region we can have before you start losing the parasite resistance.
Yeah.
The half and half crosses have kind of been all over the place with their utter quantity of milk and utter shape and all that. So this year will be the first year we have 3/4 East Frisian, 1/4 St. Croix.
Have y'all considered adding Gulf Coast natives to your flock, since there are certain lines of Gulf Coast natives that have really good milk production, and they're also a very high parasite resistant breed as well.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. We're kind of keeping a closed flock.
Oh,
And
okay, yeah.
maybe once we need to bring in new genetics, we might do that. But so far, our parasite resistant has been going pretty well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
We're like, oh, that's something for future us to figure out.
Yeah, because we're kind of like at the St. Croix.
Yeah.
Like, if we want to bring more, we're kind of planning on bringing in different type of dairy sheep, like a Lacone or a Wasi. So they stay over here, out of sight, out of mind from the ewes. Having the least amount of contact with them is supposed to help bring them into their estrus faster, so we can get like a shorter lambing season is the most ideal
and have
situation.
everybody milking pretty close to each other.
Exactly.
The time frame. Yeah.
We like it always seems like the youngest ones always get pregnant last. We always kind of have a longer lambing season, but yeah.
Where do you even get dairy sheep? Like,
So we got our East Frisians from dairy in New York.
oh, y'all went all the way to New York.
Yeah, well, that we had them shipped down.
But still, yeah.
They're from Meadowwood Farms. They have been doing dairy sheep for 15 years, so they have really good genetics when it comes to that kind of thing. And they seem to be doing pretty good. Even though they were culls that we got a lot of lambs out of them. They've been doing pretty good. And then the St. Croix we got from a guy in South Carolina. So we started out with 24 East Frisians and 26 St. Croix.
Okay.
And now we have 108 altogether. And we're still growing.
Right.
Right now we've kind of maxed out the amount of sheep we can have on the pasture before it's too much. Like in the spring we probably could have more, but we can't.
But
we're not like bringing them in.
not for all times of the year.
Yeah. So this year our goal is kind of to work on the pastures more. Okay. If we can get better pastures going, we can have more sheep and feed them pasture more throughout the year, which it's better for them, more nutrition in pasture than in hay.
Exactly.
Can't find too much good hay in the south.
No, you usually have to get it shipped from other states to
and
get some good hay.
That's
expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive. Yeah.
See if you can take the toupee off this.
Maybe you'll notice that on some of the sheep, he is not shearing the entire fleece off, and that's because they don't have a whole lot of fleece going on right now, but it's still, these sheep are getting ready to lamb in a couple of months, and so what he's doing is he's just shearing the wool off around the back legs so that they can lamb without getting themselves too messy. So it doesn't attract flies to that area, and it just keeps them cleaner. And they also get to keep what little wool they still have for the rest of the winter.
It's gonna be a new barn.
Oh, okay, nice.
The barn we had before was just like a hoop building, and for lambing it was just too small. So we need to put it
y'all will have this done by February before everybody starts leaving. That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. This is Sundance over here. Switching Sundance.
Oh, you're gorgeous.
Hey, girl.
Look at you. You're so pretty.
Yeah. So they're about 1.5 years.
Okay.
They're still a little too young to be in with the sheep all the time.
Yeah. But y'all know how to do your jobs already, I bet. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. I didn't bring y'all treats. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And they're brother and sister. Anatolian Shepherd, Great Pyrenees mix.
Oh, that's a good mix.
Yeah. They
That
got the
explains
shorter
too
hair.
for coloring and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely got the calmness from the Great Pyrenees and then the
Yeah.
shorter coats, which is like perfect.
Right. Yeah, because here in Georgia, the Pyrenees coat's too much.
Yeah, it's really
And I see all these people who keep Pyrenees as guardian dogs, and I just feel so sorry for them.
Yeah. So usually we'll rotate them.
I was going to ask about y'all's rotational practices. I was looking at how
Yeah.
y'all got this set up.
Before we were doing it, like they'd be in for around like 5 to 7 days, and then we move them. But this year we're gonna try to do like every day or every other day move them.
Okay.
It's supposed to be better for the grass to move them more often.
So, you guys picked dairy farming.
Yeah.
And then you said, not only are we going to do dairy farming, but we're going to do sheep.
Mm-hmm.
What was the chaotic thinking behind that?
Well, after I volunteered on a dairy-ish farm, it was also education center, and she had cows and goats for dairy.
Okay.
So I got to work with cows and goats, and then towards the end of when I was there, she got some sheep. And they were just like, the cows are really great, but there was one that would kick me sometimes. So I'm like, I don't want to have to be scared of the animals I'm working with.
Yeah.
And then the goats, they would, I always say they're too smart for their own good. They would get into like this area that I couldn't get to them, and it was just so frustrating. And the sheep always did kind of what I wanted them to do. And then you also like can have the meat and the wool out of the sheep, so you get more out of them. And it also, like, sheep milk cheese is usually like, how do I put this? I don't want to say the best cheese in the world, but some of the like biggest cheeses are sheep. And I like sheep milk cheese. And I like the sheep. Like, they're peaceful to watch,
Yeah.
and they kind of do what you want them to do. As long as you don't scare them too much.
Yeah.
They're kind of funny too, because like it's really funny when they like feel threatened and they'll like stomp their foot at you. Do your sheep do that? It's like, get away from me.
Right.
It's like, that's not gonna do anything, but okay. And I like their size because I can deal with them.
Yep.
They don't like the rams are maybe a bit big, but the ewes I can do what I need to do with them. And yeah, so I did that, and then I went to Idaho and did a internship for 2 years on a sheep dairy. So I got really into it, and he was a great cheese maker out there, so I learned a lot about cheese making. And it's just one of those things, like, I found farming, it was like the only job I ever had that I really enjoyed, even though it's hard
Yeah.
work. I don't mind the hard work, because you feel fulfilled when
Yeah.
you do it. And getting a product out of it, it's pretty cool, seeing
Right.
like from the grass to the sheep to the cheese. It's nice. And I also like the taste of mutton, so.
I mean, you guys make cheese, but
Yeah.
you can drink the sheep's milk, I'm
Yeah, you
sure.
can. Yeah.
And yeah, Sarah's disappointed because she thought we were going to get ice cream today.
I really did.
Sorry.
She's like, but it's called a creamery.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah.
And the sheep, they're seasonal breeders, and so that means we milk them all at the same time of the year, and then they're all not milking at the same time of the year. So we milk them, so they have their babies February, March, and then we keep the babies with them for 30 days, and then we milk them for like 5 months, and then they get a month off to just eat grass, do whatever they want, and then we breed them, and then start all over again. This is the time we're right now is the non-milking
with
season.
sheep milk, unlike with cow and goat, the other nice thing too is that you can freeze it
Yeah, you can freeze it.
and it doesn't really mess with the taste.
Yep. No, it
So-
doesn't mess with it. We make all the, so we have to make cheese every 3 days, just because of the pasteurization laws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we use up all the milk right away as soon as it's ready, and then we make aged cheeses that are ready later. So that's the only thing we have right now are aged cheeses.
Aged ones. Yeah.
We make fresh cheeses throughout the summer, and then when those are gone, then we're at the aged cheeses. So
Yeah.
Hi.
I mean, already, I don't think that that's completely fair that you guys started with one way, and as y'all have grown, y'all can now progress to trying it a little more intensive.
Yeah.
And y'all have done a great job. I mean, you've got all these pastures blocked off
Yeah.
instead of just having one big pasture that y'all have to go out and figure out what you're going to do with it.
Yeah. We initially had it was all electric fence. And then we got a grant from
Oh, very nice.
an RCS to put
Yeah.
in interior fencing. It's for like conservation. I guess you can conserve the soil if you're rotating pasture, I'm not sure. But yeah, it worked out well for us.
And what of you?
Yeah,
place is
it's
great.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really pretty. Especially when all the grass is growing.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful. in the summer.
What's up? 65.
Hey, girl.
So where we went out over here is where they usually come in.
Okay.
After the parlor, and then that's like the waiting area. And we're up there letting them in and out. Right now we're not milking them, so they just come in to eat.
Just to keep them used to
Yeah.
the habit of coming in here.
Yeah, and the young ones like learn how to do it for the first time,
Yeah.
and they're pretty good at it. So, these gates down there and up here, they like open and close like this. So we'll open it, and then they'll come in and they'll put their head in, and then that opens the second one. So then we can load them up. We can get 12 on each side. And then when we're milking, these are down, and we'll milk them down here. We'll clean them off, and then we'll strip them, so we'll get like a little bit of milk out of them, just to make sure it looks okay. Because like if they have mastitis or something, you can usually,
yeah, you can tell right away
sometimes you can tell.
sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. And then,
Do you use
Don't
a little
use cups.
paddle on everybody, or you just...
no, it's usually, we'll check for mastitis maybe like once a month. So we get our milk tested. The dairy inspector comes once a month and checks it. So if we have like a high somatic cell count, we'll go through and check if we can't tell automatically.
Right.
Most of the time when we have mastitis, it's so like little that we can't even tell from looking. So then we have to go and check everyone with the California mastitis test.
Yeah, that's a little paddle.
Yep,
I
yep.
think that you squirt the milk on and
Yep.
rock it and
Yeah, and you add like this purple stuff.
yeah, you add the solvent.
Yeah, and then it either gets like,
It clumps if
Yep,
it's
it clumps.
got
Yeah,
mastitis
it's like
in it.
slime.
Yeah. Oh god, so gross.
so usually last year what we did was we checked everyone before we started milking them. And the ones that had it, we treated them. And then we didn't have any more the rest of the season. So that was really nice.
Nice.
We'll probably do it again like that this year. So yeah, so then we put the cups on. There's a vacuum. This is all a vacuum line, the white. And then, so we can fit 12 in each side and we can milk 6 at a time. Usually it takes about 10 minutes to do a whole group.
Okay. That's fast actually.
Yeah, it's
considering.
pretty good. Especially like if I was doing it by myself. Last year we only had this side open. This side was closed off because we didn't have enough sheep to do both sides.
Yeah.
I could do it by myself, do 10 minutes a group. It will, if we could get it, have one person up top just feeding, one person down here. If we could get like even 15 minutes for 2 groups, that would really reduce the time, which is good because we milk twice a day. So the least amount of time it takes, the better. But milking's really fun. It's my favorite part of it. So
Yeah, how much would you say your top ewe gives you of milk per day? Is it easy to
maybe-
estimate
it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
I probably Probably about 3/4 of a gallon, I'd say, probably the top one. That's like a pure East Frisian.
Yeah.
The pure St. Croix, you probably could get as little as like a cup.
Oh wow.
It's a big
not
difference.
much.
No. So like everyone else is really in between.
Yeah.
And we just like, you can usually tell if they give more, but some of them are kind of like, well, their udder's big, but some of it isn't like this, the part that holds the milk, the cistern. So you kind of just have to work with them a lot to sort of realize who has good milk and who doesn't. But the St. Croix, their milk's a little different, so it has more fats and protein because of the type of sheep they are. And usually, like even with cows, if they have more volume, there's less like proteins and fats in it. Just like Holsteins, it's mostly water in there.
Right.
But it's good if you're just drinking milk, but
Right.
it's not good for making cheese.
No.
So that other breed may have less milk, but the stuff that's in it is really good for cheese. So it works out in the end. And all the St. Croix we have left are the ones that had the biggest udders and kept milking. Like some of our St. Croix, they like stopped producing milk after we weaned their babies. Even if we were milking them, they're like, I'm not doing it. So, oh yeah.
And so those go.
Yeah, so
Like,
those
no,
go.
we actually need milk.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a dairy farm.
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
kind of need you to keep that up.
Yeah. So we have a pipeline system.
Yes.
So all
this
the
is
milk
great.
goes into here. Yeah.
And it goes
Goes in here. And then it pumps into the other room, into the room.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. So we can actually go in too.
Because it's not exact. Y'all aren't producing right now.
Yeah. And we had to put this floor stuff down, so it's so easy.
Smells clean in here.
That's good, because I'm like, this is really dirty right now. But, so it's all hooked up to here right now. This is supposed to be hooked to there, but that'll get done. So this is the clean in place tank. So this cleans all the pipes for us.
Okay.
And it's all like automated. That box right there is kind of like the brain of the operation. It tells how much water to go in, how much detergent, acid, sanitizer. And this is the bulk tank. So we can swivel this arm over to here, and then it drops the milk right in. So our cleaning at the end of milking is like minimal. We'll have to clean like the one pipe that goes in here, and then like the strip cups that we use, and that's pretty much it. And then we just squeegee the floor.
Yeah, because cleaning is really the time waster that so many dairies have to deal with that are very small scale.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
the fact that you guys have it set up like this is a real time saver. I'm
Yeah.
Sure. But
So we have one bucket in case we do have mastitis, but
Yeah.
it is really annoying that if we only have one sheep that has mastitis, a lot
Are
of times
you-
I'll hand milk it
Yeah,
instead of doing that. But we have sort of a bucket cleaner set up. We're still figuring that out.
okay.
But we got, that came with we got all of our equipment from a sheep dairy that went out of business south of Atlanta.
So
they
I
gave
feel
us like
sorry for them, but they lost y'all's game.
Yeah, it was more they wanted to just
Yeah,
stop.
okay.
They weren't, I don't think it was they were doing so poorly that it was more like this is hard work, so
Yeah.
we want to stop.
Has this tank ever been full to the top?
No. Hopefully in the next, this coming year we'll get it pretty full. Last year we got average throughout the whole season, probably like 50 gallons of milk for every 3 days. And that
Okay.
was like 60 sheep.
Yeah.
Which is about 2 pounds of milk per sheep per day. And that's pretty low.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I
Well,
said,
most-
we have the, okay.
Yeah. Well, and most people are thinking of quantity from a dairy in terms of goats and cows.
Yeah.
And so they're like, why would you want to do dairy farming on sheep when
Yeah.
you get so little milk? But it's really about the quality
Yeah.
and less about the quantity. And it sounds like you guys are working on both.
Yeah.
Y'all are trying to get your quality and your quantity up, which is what any farmer would do.
Yeah, exactly. And you get more yield from sheep milk, so you can get more
Right.
cheese per pound,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So how long have y'all been running the creamery? When did y'all start?
This is our third year of production, so we started producing milk in cheese in 2020.
2020. An interesting year to get started on that.
Yes. COVID.
Yep.
Actually, if this is 23, 22, 20, I guess 21 was the first year of production.
Okay. So, how'd you and Hannah meet? Like, how did y'all decide to do this together?
Hannah is the daughter of a good friend of mine that we were in Peace Corps together many years ago in Thailand. And we have stayed in touch for our whole lives since then. So I knew Hannah, and she was one of the few young people I knew that was pursuing a career in agriculture. And I wanted productive land. I've traveled all over the world, and anywhere in the rest of the world that they have even a postage stamp sized piece of land, they make it productive.
Yeah.
And then I would come home and pay somebody to mow my 3.8 acres, you know, and it's just like, this doesn't make sense.
Right.
So I wanted productive land, and I knew I couldn't do it by myself, or didn't want to do it by myself.
Yeah, it's hard to go that alone.
Yeah. So I talked to her about it, and she was going to Idaho at that time, and we worked out a partnership arrangement and did it.
Nice.
So I got productive land, and she got a sheep dairy. So that,
yeah.
and that's productive.
Yep. And so y'all shear once a year?
We shear once a year, and we do it in either the beginning of December. Next year we're going to shoot for the end of November. Okay. Just to give us a little more time in case we have rain outs and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I know last year y'all's first shearing day got postponed.
Yeah.
And then this year's shearing day got postponed. And so yeah, like that's kind of smart to be like, ooh, so we don't run too close into Christmas.
Well, it's Christmas, plus the girls are getting into their third trimester of pregnancy, so you want to keep their life as stress-free as possible, and obviously shearing day is fairly stressful for them.
Yeah, can't be helped.
No, I mean, it's just the facts of life, but they do need to be sheared before birthing. Sure makes that a whole lot better.
So much easier, yeah.
So
help for the health of the ewe, the lamb, everything,
Easier on the lambs, easier on the ewes. And if they do get a little bit of cold, they produce more butter fat, which is better for the lambs.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
That's an interesting tidbit that I picked up along the way. I've been picking up a lot of tidbits.
It's learn as you go.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yep. I was gonna ask you guys, what do y'all do with the wool? But y'all pretty much just give it away, right? And then people do things like that with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're happy to give it away. Possibly in the future when we have so much help around that we don't have anything else to do, we'll investigate how to make money off the wool. But at this stage, it is best for us just to give it away.
Yeah.
And we're happy to do that.
Right.
And it seems to be making some people happy.
Yeah, and it's getting you guys attention, which is excellent, you know. It's kind of like free publicity, having people go, oh, shearing day, and then they show up, they see the sheep getting sheared, and then they come in here and they get themselves some cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to buy cheese.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is. And mutton, yep.
Yes. So that's one of the reasons we do the shearing day and make it open to the public, is just so that people have an opportunity to come see the farm. We do a lot of farm tours, homeschool groups.
Oh, nice.
Public school groups. We've had a couple buses one bus full of first graders, a bus full of junior hires. So we enjoy doing that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Young farmers have been out here, so we're glad to do tours.
Yeah. How long did it take you guys to go through all the rules and regulations for running a dairy on a small scale like this, to be able to go, okay, I think we can get this started? Because it seems like the rules and regulations for a dairy are 10 times more strenuous than they would be for
It's the
most other farming practices.
PMO, the Pasteurized Milk Ordinance.
Yes.
Which has been adopted from almost all the states. Pretty much dictates what you will do and what you won't do. So you go through that document, and then you go through it again, and then you call Georgia Department of Agriculture, Dairy Division, and you talk to their inspectors and start sending plans back and forth. So overall, I say the planning stages were over a year.
Wow.
And Fortunately for us, I'm an engineer.
Oh, okay, nice.
An ag engineer by degree.
Yeah. UGA?
No,
No.
University of Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
So it was fun for me to do the plans
Yeah.
and to do all this. So yeah, I designed the building, designed the whole setup, and worked with the Department of Agriculture. And the first time they came out to do an inspection, we got our permits.
Nice. That's great to get it done on the first inspection.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic.
And yeah.
What's your, do you have a particular favorite of the cheeses that you prefer?
Oh no, they're all my children.
They're all your
Actually, they're all good. I
Yeah.
just like eating all of them. And one of the perks of having your own creamery is you can try them all
Right.
and eat them all whenever you want, even if you are eating up the profits.
Right.
It's okay.
To first the farmer.
Well, hope so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And we also have had lamb, but we also have had mutton, and our mutton
Which is excellent, by the way.
tasty, isn't
Yeah, it's really good. When you know how to cook mutton, it's really good.
it? Yeah. Well, the queen herself preferred mutton.
That's right, yeah.
This is our forever feta, which is a original Greek recipe, so
Okay.
it's very salty, very tangy. The Spice of Life with Peppercorns is a Tome style cheese that has peppercorn rind, peppercorn and olive oil rind. So this is what the cheese looks like. No, that's actually the manchego. This is what the cheese looks like with the
Okay.
peppercorn rind. And then we have the Tome de Lafayette, which is a
Oh, say that again.
Tome de Lafayette.
Oh, y'all named it after
After our location.
After your location.
And we pronounced it traditionally.
Right.
So, and then we have Don Quixote queso, which is our manchego.
That sounds good.
And that is the famous cheese of Spain. It's a traditional sheep's milk cheese. There you go. I'll give one for each of you.
Ooh.
Just so they know there is a person behind the camera.
Ooh.
That's our manchego.
Good. It tastes very Parmesan-y. Like it has a little bit.
Yes.
That one
Yes, it
received.
Oh, I should have been holding the camera when you took that bite. You were like, oh my gosh.
That one received a second place award at the United States Cheese Championship in Wisconsin.
In
So we sent
Wisconsin.
Georgia cheese off to Wisconsin and came back with 2 seconds. The Tome de Lafayette received another second. And let me see if I can
Oh
find.
my gosh, that's delicious.
That's the Tome right there. That's the Tome de Lafayette.
Highly, highly recommend.
See if you like that. There you go. Did you two?
I'll take the bigger piece. Ruined for all other kind of cheeses.
Yeah, this is it.
That's our goal in life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now then the Spice of Life with peppercorns. It's an edible rind, so we're going to give you a little bit of rind.
Oh, you can eat the rind on that one.
Yes. You can eat the rind on all of them. They're all edible rinds. It's just whether you like it or not.
Ooh, that peppercorn smells good.
And then without
This
the
one?
peppercorn, you'll get just the taste of the cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a little more flavor than the Tome de Lafayette.
It's a little spicy.
Because
Spice
of the
life.
the peppercorns actually infuse a little flavor into it.
Yeah.
And then of course our feta. And we save it for last because it's salty, it's tangy.
It
and
kind of will mess
it'll
with
yeah, it'll mess your taste buds up.
I do love feta though.
We'll see if you like our feta.
Ooh, it's not as.
It's been brined for 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
Not bad feta.
Not bad feta. Yes, because so
Sounds
many
good.
times feta is like a little squishy.
This is not your store-bought feta.
Yeah, that is not store-bought feta at all. That is delicious.
So those are the 4 cheeses we have available at this time.
And then
During the fresh season, we have chev. We call it sheep chev because we can. Okay. We have a garlic basil, roasted red pepper, an onion chive, and a hint of honey, and original plain. Those are usually our 5 flavors, and sometimes we do a seasonal. Like one year we did a peach and honey, and those sell very, very well.
Okay.
We also have a halloumi style, frying drilling cheese originated in Cyprus, and we can hardly keep that in stock. I mean, people love it. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with halloumi or not.
I've not heard, no, I haven't heard that. What is?
It's comes in blocks about that big,
Okay.
and you can fry it up or grill it on a grill, and it's made hot so it will hold up to the heat and doesn't
okay.
just melt all over the place, so you get a crust on it.
Oh, okay.
And have you had sakanaki in a Greek restaurant where they come bring it out flambéed and it's on fire?
No, I have not.
Well, you need to do that. And that halloumi is similar to that.
Okay.
So it's really a good cheese. So you'll have to come back when we have
Yeah,
fresh cheeses.
for sure. Yeah, the fresh cheeses, they last, so they don't last as long, obviously, as the hard cheeses.
Right.
So like when you buy them, you've got to eat them in about how much time?
Oh, well, we sell the chefs frozen.
Okay.
So if you take them home and put them in the freezer, we have one guy at Marietta Square Farmers Market that loves our chef. So he bought enough to last him throughout the year, so he can have one a week.
Yeah.
While we're not milking. So I think he had 21 of them he bought.
Okay.
To
so
freeze.
you can make them last.
And you can make them last.
Okay.
You can put them in the freezer. The halloumi freezes as well.
Okay.
And they come vacuum sealed. So you can put them in the refrigerator and they'll be good for 5 or 6 months. Once you open it, you should eat it within 3 or 4 weeks.
Which I have a feeling is not a problem.
It's usually gone when you
In
open it.
2 days or less.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
what we have those times of the year. And it's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
People need to be educated about sheep's milk cheese. United States, the cow is queen.
But yeah.
But most people that try our cheeses like our cheeses.
Yeah. No, they're delicious. Yeah. Well, and America, with more is more.
Yeah.
And
bigger.
so cows,
Yeah.
they provide a lot more milk. And Hannah was, telling us about, one of the sheep, the sheep will go anywhere between, maybe the highest producer will make like 3/4 of a gallon, and the lowest producer will be like a cup of milk a day.
Right.
And
Yep.
it's like, you gotta appreciate the end result to put that much work into getting that little milk sometimes. But yeah.
Yes.
It's about quality, not quantity. So.
Yes. And then because we're doing all the value added, which is making the cheese, aging the cheese, doing everything you have to do to get a quality product, then you can command a higher price.
Yep.
And that's
Totally
the
worth
only
it.
reason this works is it's value added.
Yep.
And if we were trying to just sell the milk, I don't think we could produce enough milk to make it worthwhile. But we can make some cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, delicious cheese too. Brent, thank you so much for letting us come and hang out with you guys today. It was nice meeting Dylan and Hannah and getting to see how you guys run this place. And just, I can't believe how much y'all been able to accomplish in just a few years, like 3 years. And y'all been able to do this much, so this is fantastic. And hopefully we can come back again and try out the fresh cheeses.
You're welcome.
In the spring.
Anytime.
And see the lambs and all that.
Yes, come for lambing if you want to see lambs. That'll be February into March. And you're welcome anytime. Just come on over. And thank you for coming.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. This is a lot of fun for us, so we really enjoyed it.
Good.
And hopefully we will get a lot of views and a lot more people are going to know who you guys are. So, yeah.
Well, we got some inventory to sell.
Yep. You hear that? They have inventory. Come
We
check
have
them out.
inventory.
And so you sell on your website?
Well, not too often because they'll end up paying more in shipping than they pay for the cheese.
Okay.
But if somebody really, I mean, I just
mean-
ship to California and I ship to Texas and I ship to South Carolina. So if they want to buy enough of it, make it worthwhile, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they can buy on your website or they can come to the farm.
Yeah, if they want to buy on the website, then they just email through
Okay.
the website, and then we'll start a conversation.
Okay.
Or they can text us, either one.
Sounds good. You'd be surprised how many people
We-
are more than happy to pay shipping and handling to get something that they want. So,
Well, it's not easy for them to find us if they're not in Chattanooga. We sell at Chattanooga Main
Yeah.
Street Market on
Okay.
Wednesday afternoons. We sell at the Ottawa Farmers Market on Thursday afternoons. And we sell at the Marietta Square Farmers Market on Saturday mornings every week.
all right.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine, whenever the market's open.
Except when we're having sherry. Because I missed the market today.
Every day except today.
Every day except today. And none of those markets are open between Christmas and New Year.
Okay.
But after that, every week.
Excellent.
Thank you again for coming.
Yes, you're welcome.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.